India likes to claim Kashmiris are Indian. The reality is that both in Kashmir and when Kashmiris are in India, they are treated terribly, and it is evident that India simply wants to possess the land of Kashmir without Kashmiris in it. Some details surrounding this interview may be disturbing to some listeners, so listener discretion is advised. Assalamu alaikum, Arafat. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. I know this will be a very difficult topic to discuss, so we really appreciate you taking your time out to share your story with us. We feel that there are so many tragic stories coming out of Kashmir that they need to be documented so that the world and our future generations in Kashmir know what the Indian state has done to all of our families. Can you first tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for a living?
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for letting me speak about my experiences. And I think that it's appreciative of you guys to taking an effort to make sure that the voices from Kashmir are heard. Well, I'm Arfat, and for a living, I'm a student at this point in time, but then I've been working as a documentary filmmaker for quite some time until I decided that I should actually join a film school and become a filmmaker and make sure that the voices from Kashmir also come out through that medium. So that's exactly what I do at this point in time, and I'm based in Atlanta at the moment.
Thank you so much, Arafat, for being with us. I again welcome you on this podcast. So could you please tell me about what was your childhood growing up in Kashmir, and how did the presence of all the military forces everywhere make you feel growing up? Because for me it was everyday crackdowns, house-to-house search operations, every nook and corner filled with forces. Could you please explain yours?
Well, it's exactly the same, but if I have to sort of cite a few examples, I think my earliest memories of growing up in Kashmir were exactly the same way, amidst bombing, curfews, bloody encounters, and mass executions. And as a kid, it was difficult for me to make sense of everything that was going around. Until one night in early 1990s, I saw army barge into our ancestral house looking for my father's cousin. I was a little kid at that point in time, and everyone in our family, including the kids, were all put on a gunpoint and locked in a room. And my father's cousin was taken into a separate room and interrogated inhumanly. And all we could hear was his cries. And after they left the house, the room where he was being interrogated looked like a horrific crime scene.